Question often asked of me is, what are spirit animals? Or another way to say it is animal spirit guides. And there's a pretty easy way to identify an animal spirit guide or spirit animal. That's when an animal comes to you in an unusual way or repeatedly, and especially in a short space of time. And that animal can be a physical animal that shows up to you. You're walking through the woods and a fox crosses your path right away, or you're sitting outside enjoying the sunlight and a crow lands right in front of you. Or you have a big dream. You wake up and you go, that was a big dream by a lion. So when an animal comes to you in that way, there's something pretty special that's happening. Very magical and mystical too at the same time. It's like spirit's way of reaching you through a particular element of the natural world. And again, whether it's the physical or the symbolic animal, that animal has been brought to you to give you a message. So the trick or the art is discerning that message. Again, unusual and or repeatedly. That's what we're looking for. Now, the discernment of the message may require a little bit of an analysis. You might look at the features of the animal. You can search and find what are the characteristics of the animal, and you may find that there's a metaphor there that can be interpreted as a message. For instance, a fox crossing the path, for instance. And you go, wow, that was pretty, oh, that's what Dr. Farmer talked about. I wonder what that's about. So you start thinking of the characteristics of the fox. Well, they're kind of in the background. You know, you don't see them too frequently. They're really good at not really hiding themselves, but disguising themselves. So that perhaps could be interpreted as meaning that it's time for you to retreat, not to really be out there. That's a for instance. So it's a really amazing experience. You know, once you start to get your mind around this and your heart, you're going to find that you're going to get cues all over the place from different animals. Now, again, it's unusual, repeated and or repeated. Just close your eyes, bring in an image, if possible, of that animal, and send a question to that spirit animal and say, "What's your message?" Then the trick, or the art, more accurately, it's not a trick, is then you pay attention to everything. As soon as you ask the question, what do you see in your mind's eye, or you're drawn to something in the external world? What do you hear in that inner voice? Or is there something coming from the outside? What do you sense in your body? The sensory, or what I call kinesthetic. You know, and the other is there's just sometimes a knowing. You know, that's cognitive. There's just a knowing. It's pretty close to intuition. But that's the way to move towards and make a goal towards doing this when you start working with animal spirit guides. And I got to say, it's a lot of fun too. Really helps us on our life path.